Hello everybody, welcome back to Lockdown Lessons part 29 now, and with me today I've got Sonia Simmonds from Plasticom Limited. So firstly I'd just like to say a big hello to you, Sonia.
Hello, how are you?
Very well, thank you very much, very well. So for those people that are watching this and don't know who you are and what Plasticom do, perhaps you could just explain a bit more about yourself and a bit more about what Plasticom do.
Okay, Plasticom is basically a plastic company. We're tool making and injection molders as well. We can start a project from nothing to a sketch, take it right through making the tool, the injection molding, the parts, and could be assembled as well and packaged and ready for sale, point of sale. At any stage we can stop, so it depends on what the customer wants. But in some cases, for example, we do syringes, we did the design tool, we now do the product assemble package ready for gamma radiating. We are ISO 1345 2016. That's basically in a nutshell.
Lovely, lovely. And you do a lot of work with the medical profession, as I...
Yes, we do a lot of work medical, yes. And because of that, we did a lot through COVID.
Lovely, lovely, fantastic. So talking about COVID, if you could cast your mind back to March the 23rd last year, at what point around that time did you think there might be a problem for us or for our customers?
Well, 23rd of March was a day I will never forget. It was very scary. We do work for the medical industry, but we do work for other industries as well. And all those other industries at that point were closing down. And it was scary. What do I do? Do I close down? Do I carry on? It was worse than 2008, to be honest. That scary it was. But luckily, a few days later, Penlon came on with the UK ventilator challenge with McLaren, and they asked us to do 18,000 parts, of one part for the ventilators, and another part as well was 15,000, and another one was another 15,000. So basically, I went myself to the staff, and I was open to them. I said, look, we have this opportunity, or otherwise we have to close, because there was no way I could continue as a business. And I said, you can't take holidays during this period because we're going to have to work long hours. And the staff supported us, and they all worked very long hours. And we were 7 days a week. Myself, my husband, and my son worked 20 hours a day to make sure this happened. It was like casting your mind back to the war years where your company had to change what you were doing and you had to adapt. And we adapted very, very quickly. And tools that were only these parts that we did 15,000, they only do 200 a year. So the tools were not for mass production, but with a lot of TLC, we managed to get the project through. And
wow.
we did it in 4 months.
And how many parts for ventilators did you make in the end?
Well, one part was 18,000, and we not only did the part, but we put also brass into it as well. So it was a second operation as well. And another part was just a part where you can see, I don't have a part here, but where you can see how it goes up and down your respiration. And there was another part as well. And all those parts went to a secondary operation afterwards from us to be assembled in the ventilators. It was very early time really as well, because the first lockdown was much more a lockdown than it is today, to be honest. There was no cars on the roads. It was like Sunday every day. It was early at that time, but we were just so involved in trying to get this through, and the times and the speed we had to move was incredible, and we all did it. And I'm really so pleased that we did, because we felt that in a way we helped to save lives. And one of the things I like to say that we are talking about the NHS and everything else, but I just feel that a lot of companies like ours are the unsung heroes, because we contributed to help those lives for the NHS to do their work. And we recently also got a certificate from the government saying thank you. And that was quite a nice thing to receive.
That's lovely. That's lovely. And I think that's well deserved, because it wasn't just a case of keeping your factory open and keeping your staff employed and managing to cover your overhead, was it? It was also the fact, like you say, you've helped thousands of other people. So I'm pleased that I'm interviewing you now, because it's giving me the opportunity to show you off to the people that are watching this to show that there are unsung heroes around, people like yourselves and all of the guys in your factory and the guys at Plasticom that have made a massive difference. So I take my hat off to you. It's absolutely fantastic story. Yeah, I wish I could say the same.
It's not just us, it's a lot of other companies were involved in this as well. And I think we are all, in a way, everybody puts so much effort in it. And that, you know, it's been fantastic. And it's one of the things it taught me, that when we got together and we all work together, we can achieve. And that taught me, and I worked together with McLaren, I worked together with other companies, and we could achieve this to make it happen. And that is something that we should really learn from that.
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of the people that work with you as well have learned a lot over that period of time about the power of actually pulling together as a team. And I bet you any money that the communication has improved in your business as a result of these troubles that we've gone through as well, right?
We learned a lot about ourselves, that we can really work together. It was an excellent experience as well. Not in the best times, but an excellent experience.
Yeah, exactly. It wouldn't necessarily be something you would have chosen to have been forced upon you, but when it was forced upon you, you stepped up to the plate and delivered, which is absolutely fantastic for lots of people. So well done from me. Were there any other wins at all along the way, Sonia? Not necessarily just that was probably your biggest win, but have there been any other smaller wins along the way?
Well, because of this, obviously our name was mentioned, and we just inherited a project for coverings for iPads. I cannot talk that much about it, but we're still working on it. And this coverings for the iPads is going to the US. We received the tool, we're getting the tools ready to do that. And they are going to the US, and there's quite a lot of demand on that. Another one we're looking for another plate, and other plates, we do DNA plates. And the DNA plates, for example, we have the wells, the walls of the wells is the thickness of your hair. And we test them 100% to be able to go to the customer with no holes, because you can't see with the naked eye. So we do a lot of testing and checking before it goes to the customer. So yeah, we had a few inquiries, but you know, everybody in a way they want to move forward, but they're all working to be sure before they move forward. That's the way business is at the moment. They don't just say, oh yes, we'll go for it. And you know, everything is a lot slower in a way, or the process is they have to analyze everything before they go for it.
Yeah, and I bet you in lots of industries, lots of people I've been speaking to, the business will go through the slow periods, and then as you start to come out of it, there'll be a huge pent-up demand, and you go from not having to produce too much to absolutely record month ever level. But then again, you've had the experience with the ventilators to show you that what can be done. So you're gonna look at challenges in the future with a new perspective, right? You're going to look at them thinking, wow, in the past maybe you'd have been worried, but now you say, well, hang on a minute, we've had it tougher than this before, we can make it happen. So I'm sure you'll be fine with that. So have there been any changes that have been forced upon you during lockdown that you're going to continue with after we're allowed out into the big wide world?
Well, the changes mainly have been that as a group of people, we work as a team closer now. Because of COVID, obviously we have to keep our distance, and we test everybody with the temperature every day as well to make sure it's not issues like that. What is generally hiring is I hire when somebody leaves, because we're scared if somebody comes in with the COVID. And so during that period, again, we didn't hire anybody because we didn't want anybody to bring it in, and then we have the whole staff gone. So it has those worries as a business when we hire people. But in generally, I think it's worrying on the sense that we don't know what happens next, basically, and what the economy will be. Government-wise, you don't get much of a solution or a guidance of saying what they're looking at or what's happening next. So from the point of view of business, you look at it Okay, well, we have the money that we generated by the COVID, we have invested back in the company, and we bought a new machine, and our first electric machine, and we also bought a new spinner, so we can do production work as well. And so we have invested back. Because our ethos is to invest back and grow, and work for the customer, because that's what our ethos is always with them. The customer is our partner. The customer is somebody who I want them to feel comfortable with, and then they can rely on us to help them out as well. So that's been always our 25 years that we've been in here.
Wow, no, that's absolutely brilliant. So when we actually come out of the current lockdown we're in at the moment, once you're allowed to do whatever the hell you want, Sonia, what are you going to do personally? What's going to be the number one thing you're going to do that you can't do at the moment?
Run a marathon.
Run a marathon. Amazing.
Carry on running marathons, because it's just a challenge, and the thrill when you cross the line is something you cannot describe it. You think, oh God, during the 26 months, you say, I must be mad. But then when you cross the line, I said, I'm looking for the next one already.
Wow.
And each time, so it's one thing I really would like to do that.
Amazing. So how many marathons did you say you'd run before?
39.
39. Oh my God, that's unbelievable. And I'm really pleased. You're the first person that's actually said, I've asked about 30 people this same question. You're the first person that I think that has said anything to do with exercise, which is actually pretty sad for our country, really. And I'll put myself in the other bracket as well, in terms of, going out and eating and drinking, I suppose, is top priority for me. So I'm ashamed, really, but good on you. I mean, that's amazing that you're planning your next marathon, and 39 is phenomenal. I mean, there can't be many people on this planet that have actually, apart from professional athletes, that have actually run 39 marathons before. So that's.
I have run many more, but I just generally my training is around the work and family, so I'll do it when I can fit it in. So I'm with it anyway.
And I suppose as work sort of stabilizes more, when you're not getting the peaks and troughs so much, it's going to be easier to plan when you can actually fit these marathons in, right? But absolutely fantastic. So final two questions. The second to last question is this. If your ideal customer is watching this, what would they look like? Who would be your ideal customer at the moment, Sonia?
Well, my ideal customer is somebody who works with me as a partnership, and I believe that everything goes both ways. The customer gives us the issue, we find a solution to their problem, and we work together to push the business and make it happen. And that's what we did with the Penlon experience, because at the end of the day, those tools were not for high production, and working together managed to get the production we needed. So the same thing with everyone, the same thing with these iPads. There's a lot of issues in this, but we are solving it, and we're going to get the production up for them and carry on for many years. I have customers that lasted for a long time, more than 20 years. So we do work with the customer, and my view of the customer is partnership. That's basically it.
Sure. So what sort of industries? I know you obviously are very strong in the medical industry, but what other industries do you work with, Sonia?
We work with building industry. We work with food industry, electrical industry, a very big range of industries. At the moment, we have also for the garden center and koi industry as well. We did all the we assemble here the battery packs for them, and they send us the boards, and we assemble with all the plastic parts. We did all the plastic parts. Actually, that job was reshored from China. They brought the tools back, and we refurbished the tools, and then now we're working with the tools, and we just get the tools in, we produce the plastic, we assemble it, we put the boards, and it's ready for the sale point. So yeah, we a variety of industry. No industry is a problem, really.
Sure. Fantastic. That's been really great. So for anyone that wants to get in contact with you, Sonia, how can they reach you?
Please do through email. And my email is simmonds, SSIMMONDS at plasticomgroup.com. They can look in our website where it shows you what we've done. Our articles, we publish a few articles as well, so the articles are there in the website as well if they want to see. If they want to do production parts in the CNC, we can do that as well, very efficiently now with a new spinner. And we have a clean room as well, so we can do work for the clean room. And yeah, just give us a ring and we will, if we can help you. I mean, for example, yesterday we had an inquiry from a carpenter who wants something done. And we told him it's too big. And I don't think what he's looking at warrants the tool. So we've contacted somebody that we think it could be done rather than plastic in metal better. We contacted a customer with us, we know, and we're going to see if what can do to accommodate what he needs to start up. So we work with a lot of startups as well. And so when people come to us, we tell them if it can be done or not. Some people don't take it in the right way, but unfortunately, I'm not going to sell you a tool and then it doesn't work. We're honest with the customer, and I'd rather, if I were on the other side, I'd rather have somebody who tells me it cannot be done than rather tell me, yes, it can be done and charge me all this money. And then in the end, you end up fighting. So I'd rather have that honesty up front, really. So.
Absolutely. No, I think that's admirable. And yeah, it's, I think if you're, you said earlier, you're extremely customer focused, and that's obviously ties in with your values as a business owner. So for now, thank you so much, Sonia. That's been really helpful. Lovely speaking to you as always. And what I'm going to do is, for any people that are watching, I'm just going to key in your details underneath into the comments box, and then they'll be able to reach you, and I'm sure you can help. But for now, thank you so much, Sonia. Yeah, and catch up soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Okay, bye. Bye.